Brown's Shedeur Sanders offers real response to fiery Rex Ryan criticisms. After former NFL head coach and current ESPN analyst Rex Ryan took shots at Cleveland Browns' Shedeur Sanders, the rookie quarterback generated headlines when he mouthed silent answers to reporters' questions as a response to his criticisms. While speaking with media members on Thursday, Sanders used his words when asked about his reaction to Ryan's comments. Shedeur Sanders not focused on negativity amid uncertain future. "You just trying to start something, you feel me? We're not on no negativity from now on, man. We're not doing that," Sanders said, per Mary Kay Cabot of the Cleveland Plain Dealer. "I'm just here to be positive, and I don't speak on anything negative. So that's the new way. That's what we're going forward with. Anything negative, we're not talking about it. We're not speaking on it." Specifically, Ryan said in late September that Sanders should be embarrassed he's not starting over fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel this fall. Ryan also suggested he had learned that Sanders hadn't been working hard enough to climb up the depth chart. On Thursday, Sanders acknowledged that he can see a light at the end of the tunnel regarding his status after the Browns traded veteran Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals on Tuesday. That said, multiple Browns insiders believe the club will promote Bailey Zappe from the practice squad to the active roster so he can serve as Gabriel's primary backup. Why Shedeur Sanders feels more prepared for action. "I think every day as an individual, you probably learn something about yourself that you didn't know the day before," Sanders said about being more prepared for NFL action than he was during the preseason. "So waking up and existing every day, I would say you learn more. So to answer that question, yeah, I feel like now I'm ready. Even not saying I wasn't ready before, but now I'm ready for whenever my opportunity is." It remains unclear when such an opportunity will arise, as there's no indication Gabriel is in danger of losing the QB1 gig as long as he stays healthy. As of Friday morning, ESPN BET had the 1-4 Browns as 6.5-point road underdogs for their matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers, 3-1, on Sunday. Cleveland has always been a city of passion, for its people, its teams, and its quarterbacks. And right now, no story burns hotter than that of Shedeur Sanders, the young signal caller trying to carve out his place in the NFL while under the unrelenting glare of the spotlight. But this week, that fire was stoked even higher when former NFL coach and ESPN analyst Rex Ryan unleashed a series of scathing criticisms aimed directly at Sanders, and the Browns rookie didn't hold back in his response. The critics blast. Rex Ryan, known for his outspoken nature and fiery opinions, didn't mince words on ESPN's Get Up. When asked about Sanders' recent performances and demeanor, Ryan erupted. "This kid thinks he's Hollywood," Ryan said. "You're in Cleveland now. This isn't Colorado, and it sure as hell isn't a Deion Sanders highlight reel. The NFL humbles you fast if you don't respect it." Ryan went on to question Shedeur's leadership, claiming his sideline body language and flashy personality rubbed veterans the wrong way. It was classic Rex, bold, brutal, and broadcast everywhere within minutes. For most rookies, that kind of public takedown from an NFL veteran could have been crushing. But Shedeur Sanders isn't most rookies. The calm before the response. For a few days, Shedeur stayed quiet. No social media rants. No snarky reposts. No quick quotes to reporters. He practiced, studied film, and moved with the same measured confidence that made him one of the most talked-about college QBs in America just a year ago. Behind the scenes, however, teammates said the young quarterback was anything but rattled. One Browns veteran described Sanders as locked in, saying, "You can tell he's heard it all before. He's been coached by Deion Sanders. Pressure doesn't scare that kid." But as Cleveland media piled on the speculation, would Shedeur respond? Was Ryan right? It was clear Sanders couldn't stay silent forever. Shedeur speaks out. When the rookie finally faced the cameras, his tone wasn't defensive or angry. Instead, it was real. "Look, Rex Ryan's got his job to do," Sanders began. "He talks football, gives opinions. That's what he's supposed to do. I respect that. But I also know who I am, and I know what I'm here to do. I'm not trying to be Hollywood. I'm trying to win games." There was no shade, no clapback. Just authenticity. Sanders went on to explain that his style and confidence come from his upbringing, not arrogance. "People see the chains, the calm, the confidence, and they assume it's ego," he said. "But where I come from, that's just belief. You've got to believe in yourself when nobody else does. My dad taught me that from day one." The room fell quiet. It wasn't the kind of answer you expect from a rookie. It was measured, mature, even humble. A city divided, a fan base watching. Cleveland fans are famously protective of their quarterbacks, and equally quick to scrutinize them. So when the Ryan Sanders feud hit social media, the reactions split instantly. Some fans sided with Rex, echoing that Shedeur needs to earn respect before acting like a star. Others rallied behind their young QB, calling Ryan's comments outdated and unfair. Twitter, or X, as it's now called, lit up. Rex Ryan still living in 2010. Let the kid play. Shedeur Sanders is built different. The poise he showed in that presser? That's leadership. Ryan might have a point. Cleveland doesn't need a brand, it needs wins. The truth, as always, lies somewhere in the middle. Sanders' confidence is flashy, but it's also who he's always been. And in a league that eats up insecurity, belief can be a quarterback's greatest weapon. Deion's shadow, Shedeur's reality. Of course, it's impossible to separate Shedeur Sanders from the legend of Deion "Primetime" Sanders. His father's shadow looms large, not just over his career, but over every perception of him. When asked if his dad offered advice after the Ryan comments, Shedeur smiled. "He told me to keep the main thing," Sanders said. "People are going to talk. Always have. Always will. You just keep showing up and proving them wrong." Classic Deion wisdom, but Shedeur delivered it with his own tone, less showmanship, more focus. And that's what has begun to endear him to Cleveland. Beneath the brand, beneath the cameras and college fame, is a 22-year-old kid trying to prove he can lead a team through chaos and criticism alike. The Browns' locker room responds. Inside the locker room, the players noticed how Sanders handled the moment. No panic. No drama. Just quiet work. Veteran receiver Amari Cooper reportedly pulled Sanders aside after practice and told him, "You handled that better than some vets I've seen. That's how leaders do it." Even head coach Kevin Stefanski, who's had to juggle quarterback controversies for years, praised Sanders' composure. "He's young, but he gets it," Stefanski said. "You can't control the noise, but you can control your response." Shedeur's doing that the right way, turning criticism into motivation. If there's one thing Shedeur Sanders has proven since high school, it's that he thrives on doubt. He wasn't supposed to shine at Jackson State. He wasn't supposed to dominate Power 5 defenses at Colorado. And now,